All right, here we go. So it is known that the Jews left Egypt in one day. Why did the prophet Micha say, like the days of leaving Egypt, I will show you miracles in the future redemption? Biyadu Abir, and it's known, one of the explanations, the Kol Hayamim, that all the days, Mizman, Yetzias Mitzrayim, from the time of going out of Mitzrayim, like we said, 3,300, etc. years ago, Ad Geula Mitit Vashlema, until the future redemption, Atira Lavo, which is going to come, B'mei Rabbi Yameinu, now in our days, Al Yedei Mashiach Tzikenu, by means of the Mashiach, Haim Yemei Tzei Schar Meretz Yisrael. Every day for the 3,331 years since the going out of Egypt, every day the Jews have been going out of Egypt. What does it mean going out of Egypt? So, like, again, that's what I want. What we said. The man going out of Egypt was not a political thing. It was not a social thing. It was not a physical thing. Even those things did exist, and it could take your mind off of the main accomplishment, the main novelty of going out of Egypt. I mean, going out of Egypt, it was the first time a whole entire nation was ever imprisoned inside of another nation. And that whole entire nation went out to freedom in one day. Goy mikir of Goy, it says. And there are all sorts of amazing miracles with 10 plagues with it. But I mean, even if you don't believe the whole story happened, and you have to admit it's a pretty fantastic story to make up. And the Jews have been believing this story since it happened, or at least somebody said it happened, 3,300 years ago. So, if it didn't happen, it's pretty bizarre that all the Jews have been believing it, even though anything is possible in this world, could be. But it means the Jews must be pretty stupid people, pretty dumb people to believe a story like that. And if you look at people, like Rabbi Moshe Feinstein and the Lubavitcher Rebbe, they were certainly not stupid people, and they were certainly not dishonest people. Even maybe you can say, no, they really knew, but they're just tricking the masses. So, okay, could be. But if it did happen, then this is fantastic. This is just incredible. And the fact is, it did happen. That's the fact. You can believe it or not. It's like you say, you can believe you have a grandmother or not. You can believe it or not, but you got a grandmother. If she's alive. If she's not, then she's dead. Doesn't make any difference what you think. That's the fact. There is such a thing as facts in the world. The world is not just feelings, right? Like So the fact of the matter is that God really did take the Jews out of Egypt. But what happened back then when He took the Jews out of Egypt? So the answer is that when the Jews were in Egypt, they could not really serve God. They had no real purpose in life except just for themselves. And when they got out of Egypt, suddenly they were given a true purpose, a true meaning in life, namely to connect to the Creator of the universe and make this world a better place by the Torah and its commandments. That's the same thing as now. What do you think all this anti-Semitism is going on in the world for? The United Nations and all these people, they're all screaming out against the Jews. Nobody stops them. It's okay. Why? Because it's there to wake the Jews up that they have to return to Torah and mitzvahs. All this attempt that the Jews have been trying for the last who knows how long to act like the Jews, and with the hope that they'll be to act like the Gentiles, with the hope that they'll be liked by the Gentiles. It's bad for everybody, also for the Jews and for the Gentiles. The Gentiles want somebody to give them meaning and purpose in life, to be a little bit brave and show that there really is a God that cares for us. That's what they want. And the Jews, on the other hand, they want deep down to do what God wants. That's what they want. That's going out of Egypt, means revealing your potential. When the Jews got out of Egypt the first time, so it revealed their potential for their potential. When they were in Egypt, they were just thinking all day about how to make those bricks. And when they got out, they were free now to serve not Paro and make bricks, but to serve God and fix up the whole world. They were free to do it if they wanted to. But like it says, freedom is sometimes, dizzying, makes a person confused, too much freedom. And that's why God gave the Jews the Torah. because freedom without responsibility is chaos. That's what Professor Viktor Frankl pointed out, which is true. You can see it. So here we go. The days that the Jews got out of Egypt, every day a person has to go out a little bit from his own selfishness. And now what it says that God will show us miracles, this refers to the Gilui, the revelations of the Geula Tida, in the future redemption. There will be redemption, there will be revelations of God, like it was on Mount Sinai, and then they couldn't take it. Their souls jumped out of their bodies, like it was in the Holy of Holies. Then also, a normal person couldn't take such a revelation. Why? Because it's a revelation of truth, of reality, of real meaning. Nowadays, a person just wins the lottery. Right? People win like a few $1 million, $15 million. They go berserk. They go out of their mind. They don't know what to do with all the power and with all the potential and the leather. Right? They figure they'll just have as much fun as they can. How much fun can a person have? How much fun? And they end up somebody that also wants to have fun, so they kill them. There's all tragedies happen for those people. It's just money. Just money. Imagine the source of money being revealed to everybody in the world. It says in those days we'll be able to take it though. We'll see. Asher Geula Tida, the future redemption. B'mei Rabbi Yameinu tihiyeh b'medrega elyona yoter, will be in a higher level. What happens when a person feels God? He wants to serve the Creator. He wants to be partners with the Creator. A person feels God. God is responsibility. God created us and creates us every moment for a purpose. Because the miracles that will be in the future redemption will be miracles even in comparison to the redemption that there was when the Jews left Egypt. As the old saying goes, God took the Jews out of Egypt, but he did not take the Egypt out of the Jews. Only the Mashiach will do that. And the Mashiach will do that by inspiring everyone to do it themselves. You can't. Big principle in life, dear listeners. You can never fix up somebody else. You can only fix up yourself. You can suggest to other people. The best and the only way that you could possibly, if you want to say fix up, encourage a person to fix himself up, is by being a good example. Giving good advice is also wonderful, but it could be a good example. The only way that a person can change himself, in fact, the person can't change himself either, essentially. Can't. The only way you can change from one trick to another trick, how to win friends and influence people. For a person not being selfish, that's what means really changing yourself. Every human being is selfish. So a person can change his clothes, he can change the way he acts, he can change the way he thinks. But to change who you are, to change your selfishness, only God can do it if God wants to help you. And he does. So a person can actually stop being selfish. This is an incredible thing. And that's why in the future it says that all of the nations will throw away all of their religions. No more religion. It won't be like John Lennon's song, though. There will be God. Everyone will reveal God. They'll feel God. They'll feel the creation, the Creator. They'll feel the Creator is always with them and always creating them. And he's creating them for a purpose, namely to serve God. Everybody. And how do you serve God? By finding meaning in everything you do, by being productive, proactive, loving, appreciating, being helpful, and, as understandable, not letting the world have a negative effect on you. The world should not get you mad, angry, depressed, jealous, lustful, etc., etc. The world, exactly the opposite. You fix the world. We're talking about Jews and non-Jews. Jews have a job, non-Jews have a job to make the world meaningful. Jews have a job to make the world holy. We'll see how to do this. The future redemption is going to be miracles even compared to the miracles of going out of Egypt. Until it says, in the future redemption, the prophet Micha said, I will show you what real miracles are. What there were back in Egypt, you think that's miracles? No way. I'm going to show you what real miracles are. The miracles back there in Egypt, true, they were miracles, but they didn't change the Jews. The Jews remained the same. The miracles that are going to be in the future will change the Jews, will change all mankind. And that mankind will start making the right choices. No one's going to force you, except for your own feeling of truth. That's going to be the future redemption. Never been such a thing like this. That all mankind are lusting, desiring only one thing, the absolute truth. Why am I here? What am I created for? To serve the Creator and make the world a better place. That's called going out of Egypt. Tzorech lahavin, says the Rebbe, what will be this revelation that's going to be in the future? What's it going to be? It's going to make us change. It's going to make us change the way we think, our values. What is this revelation going to be? If so, why is it that in the future it says that we will mention going out of Egypt? Why do we compare the future redemption to the redemption that going out of Egypt? The going out of Egypt was like nothing. The future redemption, that'll really make us change ourselves. That'll really make us want to serve God. When we left out of Egypt, it was just like comparing a baby taking his first step to the first man on the moon. What was his name on the first man on the moon? John Glenn or something, Aldrich, whatever his name was. Can you imagine on the television, right? They interview his mother. Says, your son just went up to the moon, first man. He says, oh yes, I remember his first step when he was a baby. It's the same thing going out of Egypt. It was like taking one little step. And the future redemption is going to be like going to the moon, even greater. It's incomparable. Incomparable change in humanity. Man will really start to become man. I mean, can you believe it? I mean, there's really religions around. Here you go, just 67 years ago, with the Germans. So they really truly believed that the essence of what a man is, it's based on the ideas of Nietzsche and these other people. A man is a warrior that he goes and he kills people, and he doesn't have any conscience. There's a victory of the will. It was the whole thing. Your will defeats your conscience. You have no conscience. That's a real human being. Can you imagine how sick that is? I mean, that is really sick. And everybody has a little bit of that inside of them. That's called Amalek. Everybody has a little bit of that inside of themselves. The desire to destroy. The desire to what do you call it? To be God. Well, in the future, there's not going to be a thing like that. Everybody's going to recognize that there is really a Creator, and the Creator is really good, and the Creator wants the world to be good. Life is precious. Everybody's life is precious. Every life is precious. It's forbidden for a non-Jew to perform an abortion. It's forbidden. It's considered to be murder. A non-Jew, murder. Because life is precious. Every single life. Doesn't make any difference what type of life. Every life is precious. Do we feel that now? In the future, it's going to be felt more and more and more how life is precious, because a person can serve God. Even a person that's totally paralyzed, even a person that has an IQ of 4, he can possible to serve, even in the smallest way. Why? That's why. So if so, why will we mention even going out of Egypt in the future? Well, it says in the Kol Yomei Chayecha Yaskiru Yetzias Mitzrayim B'Laylos. It says they'll remember going out of Egypt in the future redemption. Kol Yomei Chayecha L'Havil Yamos HaMashiach. Even in the days of the Mashiach, we will remember the days of going out of Egypt. Why? The revelation that's going to be in the future will be so high that all of the revelations that were going out of Egypt, why will we mention it in the future? And also one more question is why how can we receive these new revelations in the future? What do we have to do in order to receive them? I mean, we haven't been able to receive them up to now. When the Jews were at Mount Sinai, it says their souls jumped out of their bodies. There was too much godliness. How will we be able to receive this revelation of the future redemption when God will be revealed to everybody, and it's supposed to happen right now? How is it going to happen? We'll talk about that, God willing, tomorrow.